Weekday sports coverage of the NFL brings us to South Florida and Hard Rock Stadium here in Miami. Today, we've got an AFC East matchup between the Buffalo Bills and the Miami Dolphins. Here's a punter, Thomas Morstead, to get this one started. And we are underway from Hard Rock Stadium. Fielded just outside the goal line. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. A play fake to Singletary, and now it's Allen. That's caught by Gabriel Davis. And they're able to get this one across the 35. That's a pickup of 11 and a first down on their first offensive play.
That's a good-looking play to me. The big tight end on a crossing route coming underneath. Sometimes he can gain some serious momentum going forward, can he?
Yeah, he can indeed, and pretty well executed there. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. 23 yards on the play. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. From the gun, it's Allen. Buying time to his left. And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down. Now a guy who played his high school ball at Miami Central, it's James Cook. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. James Cook, 35 yards. And the Bills are on the board first here this afternoon. So how about that for your first carry of the game? Not bad.
How about that, and not bad at all. I think you're earning yourself a little bit more work, partner, because that's what you want from your number 2 or your number 3 running backs. You want them to come in with the fresh legs, give your team a little jolt, and he did it right there. Best way to lobby for more playing time? Have runs like that.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Hill going to sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. Tagovailoa and the Dolphins come up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete. Charles, already trailing by touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath a little bit, even if you don't score any points.
And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. They'll run for the first time with Raheem Mostert. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I really like what he did there because he took his practice work and converted it to game action because he used his hands, got off the block, worked laterally and stayed to the outside, and finished off the runner for a loss.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
They'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one, forced the incompletion. That allowed him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely, frees up your guys elsewhere. And able to find Gesicki as tight end. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 23 yards, the final tally.
Well, normally you see 3 tight ends in a formation. You have to think to yourself, this has got to be a run. And I know as a safety, when I saw that, I took an extra step or 2 towards the line of scrimmage. Instead, they threw the ball, and he found one of those tight ends for a very nice pickup.
Now a dump off here complete. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line. That's a great example right there to remind everyone of what a weapon he can be as a mobile quarterback, Charles. Nice play to escape the pocket and get his offense into the red zone with a first down.
And defensive coaches losing their mind on that play because they knew about his mobility coming in, and they preached all week long. If he gets outside the pocket, find receivers in your area and cover them. Otherwise, plays like that will continue to result.
Well, Brandon, obviously no panic in them. They gave up the touchdown. You know, their defensive side did that, but he's already taken them back downfield. I love this field general that they've got. It's almost like he went to the defensive captain and said, don't worry about it. We've got you. Now they got first and goal.
Yeah, we're seeing punch, counter punch, and this could be setting the table for quite the game.
I like that. Let's go ahead and put it in the boxing ring, right? You're going to get hit sometimes. Can you respond and hit back? And they're trying to do exactly that.
Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Tre'Davious White with a pick. And the Bills are going to get possession of the football as time will run out on this first quarter of play. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. But the good news for them, they got the football. The bad news, they have to go 99 yards here as they start this drive out on their own 1-yard line. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's Allen to throw it. The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
Swinging this out wide here for Cook. He's brought down after a pickup of 5, but he needed 8. 4th down. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. So they're going for it, and here's Allen. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Davis. And he's taken down, but able to get this up to the 20-yard line. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a first down. I don't know if I agree with that. I guess they don't care if I agree with that. But, boy, you have to be surprised by that, right?
I definitely was surprised that they decided to go for it in this situation.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Eric Rowe. And the Dolphins are going to take possession of the football. And they'll take possession already in the red zone and in a great spot to add points to the scoreboard.
And, Brandon, how many times have we seen a defense with a lot of field behind them get even more aggressive, right? They feel like they've got them not pinned down, but in a favorable spot for them, and they took advantage of it there, got a nice interception, and set up their offense in great shape.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Go.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit.
Okay, right?
On 2nd down, Tua. Forced out to his left. Completes it to the tight end, Smythe. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. His first catch, good for 14 there and a first down.
Ready.
First and goal at the 5-yard line.
Now Tua going to try and sneak it. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. And they'll get him down just shy of the goal line at about the 1. Well, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. Tua going to run the sneak, and he'll get in. He's over for the touchdown. Tua Tagovailoa scoring on the sneak from a yard out. And the Dolphins are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And we are tied at 7. So I'll leave it at 7 now as they kick it away. Fields it right around the goal line. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They had the interception last drive, led to the tying touchdown, so 7-7 the score as they begin 1st and 10. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. Here's Allen. He's going to loft one deep left side here. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Javon Holland. And the Dolphins are going to take over at their own 30-yard line. Well, that one was in the air for an agonizingly long time.
Just begging to be picked off, wasn't it? It's one thing if you're throwing a ball like that, trying to throw someone open or lead them into an area. That ball needed to be thrown with a lot more conviction. As a result, it's an easy interception.
And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards.
That was good, tough running right up the middle. And if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
Tua now on 1st down. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down.
Oh, he caught it. Just couldn't get the feet down. Couldn't get that toe tap sequence, right? I was ready to call him tippy toes if that one was completed.
Tua's throw here going to be caught by Wilson. And he's got a 1st down as a tackle made at the Bills' 35. Up the middle they go with Mostert. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Tua. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
On 3rd down, here comes Mostert. And he'll be taken down shy of the 25 that he needed. He'll be a yard or two short. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the 2nd quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. This a 43-yard attempt. The kick by Sanders is good. And that will do it for this 1st half. And that'll do it for the end of the 2nd quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. The Dolphins in front, and they'll be in possession of the football first as the 2nd half gets started. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. 1st down Miami as they get set to start the drive. Hey, Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the 2nd half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the 1st half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
Now Tua just going to bat this forward on the end around. And he'll take it across midfield and into Buffalo territory.
And a lot of times these plays, they either go for nothing or they go for big yardage. And here, they got to the outside, turned it upfield, and ended up getting a nice little gain out of it.
On 2nd down, Mostert. And great blocking downfield as he's got this almost to the 35-yard line. 66 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at him and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense, and on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
A good action to this point in the 3rd quarter. Just a 3-point game. 2nd and 10. A run with Mostert up the middle. And he'll snag about 5 yards down to the 32.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, you know me, whether you need it or not, I'm going to give a little unsolicited advice. Just throw it downfield out of the pocket, only if you're absolutely sure. Otherwise, use your running ability and try and get those yards a safer way.
Well, looking at it from a defensive perspective, that keeps the deficit very, very manageable. All things considered, not a bad job on the defensive side.
I would say that you've pointed out something pretty good right there, and that is you actually have both sides happy with that exchange. You know, happy in quotes, of course. One team, hey, we've kept it within range. The other side saying, hey, we put points on the board and did stretch out the lead. Let's see how this one turns out.
Yeah, still bottom line, though, 3 points for the opening drive of the 3rd quarter. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And their deficit a little wider now than it was at halftime following the field goal a moment ago.
But the goal is still the same because you know they want to come out, establish a rhythm in the 2nd half, and get going. Make no mistake about it, though. Kicking field goals, not in their game plan. They need to get the ball in the end zone.
And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They go right back to Singletary. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. On 2nd down, here's a run with Singletary. And some pretty strong running there as he'll take this across the 50 and down to the 44. They'll run on 1st down with Singletary. Byron Jones in there to make the tackle. The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Allen going to give this one to Singletary. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. They'll try to run for this with Singletary. And he's going to get to the 31, enough for the 1st down. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Singletary, they'll go up the middle. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. And now they'll throw with Allen. That's caught by his tight end, Dawson Knox. And he's stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. The Dolphins bring on an extra defensive back on 3rd down. Now Allen. Over the middle, complete. That's Davis. And he is going to have a Bills 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. On 1st down, Allen. Cook makes the catch on the out route. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. Ball at the 9 on 2nd and 8. They'll run out of the gun with Singletary. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Devin Singletary, a 9-yard touchdown run. And the Bills are an extra point away from taking the lead here in the 4th. Tyler Bass now for the point after. And this puts him on top by a penny. It's 14-13.
Makes the score Bills 14, Dolphins 13.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Hill is going to take it out of the end zone. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
The Dolphins take over first and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
Here we go.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. We certainly have a good one on our hands. They're trailing after that last touchdown, but now a chance for this offense to try to snag that lead right back here in the fourth quarter. Tremaine Edmonds there to bring him down.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
From the 31, Tua. Got a man here, it's Wilson. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and we watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there, not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Ready, break.
On first and 10, it's Mostert. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. Second down. Here's Mostert again. 85 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. And this defense here going to burn their second timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. So here's a first and 10 at the 38. Once again, it's Mostert. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. And now here comes the third of their timeouts defensively. So they'll be left with only the 2-minute warning to stop it from here on out. They run out of the shotgun with Mostert. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage.
No daylight for him to run through there, and he ran into the defensive tackle, and that guy blocks a whole lot of daylight as it is. He is truly a big man who just made a big play.
Go now. You tell it.
Throwing is Tagovailoa on third down here. Getting this out to the flat, Mostert. And this play comes to a halt at the 33, and obviously that's well short of the first down. That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a fourth down.
It drives some people crazy to see those short throws underneath. They've got to find a way to gash the defense downfield.
So a big one coming now for Jason Sanders. This for the lead in the final stages. Sanders' kick is good. And with a little over a minute to play, they have taken the lead. Big kick right there to give them the lead in the fourth, but there is still time left for a final drive.
Did they score too soon? Post-game will tell us, right? Depending on what happens on this drive, that's how we'll analyze it. If the other team scores, they scored too soon. If they somehow hold on, they manage the clock exactly right.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And the football changing hands here as this offense takes the field. Charles, they'd be fine with more of the same on this upcoming drive. Last time out, they found the end zone for 6.
And they're certainly hoping for more of the same, but the game plan, I doubt it'll just be a carbon copy of the last drive, because I think this offense is ready to break out some new wrinkles and try some new things that might be hidden in their playbook. They want to use that confidence to its advantage while also keeping the defense from anticipating what's up next.
Into the hands of Singletary. Oh, what a nice tackle there. That will hardly move the needle at all offensively. A very short gain. The throw on target to his receiver, McKenzie. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 22-yard line. What a game.
On their way to the end zone and make that miracle happen. A really good ending to an entertaining contest, though.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to South Florida and Hard Rock Stadium here in Miami. Tonight, we've got a good AFC matchup on tap between the Los Angeles Chargers and the Miami Dolphins. It's a rematch of one of the great NFL playoff games of all time. The Chargers and Dolphins underway from Miami. Taken at the 15, a short kick. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
On the double.
They'll run here with Raheem Mostert. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Tua. Got a man complete to Cedric Wilson. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one good for 26 and a first down. From the gun, a run with Mostert. And great blocking downfield as he's got this almost to the 35-yard line. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down. Tua going to throw toward the sideline, and that is a nice catch as he's able to tiptoe his way out of bounds. To throw again on 2nd down. Tua. He'll get it once more into the hands of Hill. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 14. A nice pickup of 17 yards. There's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Hey, what's you?
Gets it to Hill. It's a jet sweep. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. Up to make the tackle, J.C. Jackson. And defensively, they had that one pretty well figured out.
Yeah, and one of the things about this play, it can be even more effective when you run a lot of motion, and there's plenty of times you don't hand it off.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
It's been a good opening drive offensively thus far, but you know they don't want to waste it and settle for a field goal attempt after that incompletion. So this is a big play coming up here on third down.
Out of the gun on third down, here's Tua. Flushed out right. That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked up by J.C. Jackson.
Partner, there's no other way you could describe it because that was absolutely just gut-wrenching for that offense. They were right on the precipice. Points were available. All they had to do was just fall forward, and they were going to put them up on the board. Instead, a long drive ends in heartbreak and a melancholy trip back to the drawing board. I like it when I go a little bit lyrical for you.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. Finds the open man. It's Mike Williams. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Herbert on third down now. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. And the Dolphins are going to take possession of the football. So consecutive interceptions here early on in this one, and maybe setting the tone, Charles, for a game where the defense really takes center stage.
And don't you think that both offenses are really catching a bit from their coaching staff about avoiding these turnovers that we've seen early? I think both teams are trying to find an advantage. We know that. Can one of them break away and take control of this game?
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Here's Tua. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. The former number 3 pick, Joey Bosa, bringing the lumber that time. They'll run the draw with Mostert. And he'll get this down to about the 30, 31-yard line. Now a timeout called for by the defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Sanders' kick is good. And the Dolphins will jump out to a 3-0 lead. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game, and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing the coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
And he's going to be out of bounds on the return way back at the 11. The Charger drive about to get going. Their second drive here of the ballgame, Charles. Remember last time they threw the interception, but the defense held up. It bent a little but didn't break, only giving up the 3 points.
Yeah, obviously they left some points on the table there their last time out, but boy, they have to thank their defense for holding the opposition just 3 after they threw the pick. Their turn now. Back out on the field.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, Herbert. And that is incomplete.
It's another zone defense. It looks like it's open for possibilities, but they did a nice job patrolling the middle of the field and forcing an incompletion.
Going to throw on third down with Herbert. To the sideline, he's got the catch, and he kept the feet in bounds. Well done. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now it's Herbert. Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked up by Javon Holland. Second. Charles, that have ended with an interception.
And I just wonder, because I don't think it's going to rattle him necessarily, but I also wonder if it's going to nerve him a little bit. Does it lead to another one, or does he find a way to pull it together and become sharp again?
And he gets stopped up at the 31 after a gain of maybe a yard.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for third.
I did like his decision-making there to make sure they picked up something instead of forcing a throw. Now they've got more manageable play coming up to try and pick up the first down, and don't rule out the possibility that he just keeps it and runs again.
Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. Problems on third down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on third down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get the third down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on first and second down.
Now, 4th and short, had your offense out there. That one stings.
And you know something? Your options change dramatically. Not only is it tougher to go for it, but what if you decided just to line up and try and draw them off sides? If you did it on 4th and short, you could pick up the cheap first down. Now, you still won't get a first down even if you do exactly the same thing.
Boy, 4th and 2, this crowd was urging them to go for it, certainly. Instead, they settle for the field goal try, and then they come up with nothing.
Brandon, yeah, football coach won't let the crowd dictate how he calls a football game. He stuck to his guns. But after the miss, now there's 70,000 coaches in the stands thinking they were right.
This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards. Off the play fake to Eckler, it's Herbert. Going back to Allen, he's got him again. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. Herbert operating from the red zone. And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much.
Everyone's eyes go to him when he nears the end zone, and that includes the coverage. He took away the easy throwing lanes and forced a high throw.
Herbert throwing again. He'll get this out wide to Eckler. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. From the gun, Herbert on third down. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And the Dolphins are going to take over at their own 11-yard line.
And that felt like a little extra pressure on that third down attempt, and their mistake cost them points because they're inside the red zone. So you know you've got at least a field goal waiting for you. And in this case, they end up with nothing.
And he's going to go down right near the goal line. The officials look at each other. They're going to mark him at the 1-yard line. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. And now Tua going to try and sneak it. And he'll get this only up to about the 3-yard line. Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they can use something here on third down. And the tackle made at the 13. He is well short of the first. They do get 10 back, but still a ways to go on fourth.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
And a timeout here. Timeout taken, whistles blown. Timeout taken by the receiving team. As they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on fourth down. 51 yards on the punt there. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. The Charger drive about to get going.
As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover that plagued it on the last one.
Meanwhile, Herbert's throw going into the hands of Williams. 18 more yards there and another first down. Herbert. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off Byron Jones. And the Dolphins are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20.
Okay, right?
After the turnover, it's Tua. And now this is intercepted. My goodness.
Certainly feels like the classic second guess, but let's be honest about it. They had a chance going to halftime with the lead. Why did they take a chance with a throw there? I don't understand that.
Well, that's what I'm wondering. And now this defense has to try to protect that lead going into the locker room. The first play of the drive there is incomplete.
Partner, this is almost an unwinnable spot for a defense. They have to come right out for a first and goal trying to stop them. But let me hold on a second. Let me take that back real quick. They can win here if they force a field goal try. Still long.
And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, L.A. Gerald Everett, a 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Chargers will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. Hopkins with the extra point, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Pulls it in at the 13. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line.
Let's go.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
Here's Tagovailoa to throw. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Joey Bosa. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. So the Chargers will start the second half with the lead and the football as we're underway in the third quarter. And we will not see a return to start the half as this will be a touchback. The Charger drive about to get going.
And, Charles, they've got the lead. I would imagine the overall halftime tone was a positive one, but what do you think the talking points were in the locker room?
Well, if there were 3 talking points at the half, partner, all of them were about turnovers because they were pretty loose with the ball. Otherwise, this lead could be even bigger. Now, I don't think that they overly harped on it, but I think they told them, guys, if you want us to keep calling those plays that are exciting, you've got to take care of the ball. Otherwise, we may have to dial things back a little bit.
Play action. It's Herbert. Rolling to his left. He's got this to Williams, complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. The catch and run pays off to the tune of 35 yards. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. A shotgun snap for Herbert. He finds his target, Allen. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. Throw right side, complete to Williams. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10. Again, Herbert. Throw right side is into the hands of his tight end, Everett. From the shotgun, here's Herbert. And it's caught. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. Back to throw here, Herbert. Give him another one right back to Allen. Touchdown, Chargers. Keenan Allen with a touchdown reception from Justin Herbert. And the Chargers take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Extra point good by Hopkins. And that pushes the lead up to 11. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Taken at the 15, a short kick. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Well, the opposition laid down the challenge and opening drive touchdown here to start the 2nd half. And, Charles, now you feel like this group needs to get an answer because this all of a sudden is a 2-score game.
Yeah, you're right about that. It was a small, magical spread to overcome. A little bit more daunting now. I think you're exactly right. Pressure is on because you don't want them getting the ball back with a chance to really extend this lead out. Meanwhile, Tua's throw caught by his receiver, Hill.
And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. On 1st down, Tagovailoa. And this heads straight to the sideline. I don't think they're going to let him get away with that. Nope, they won't. Here comes the flag.
We saw it, too. Nobody in the vicinity of that throw, and that earns him the penalty.
Yeah, you got to at least get it close enough to one of your own guys in order to dodge the penalty.
Throw left side complete. That's Hill.
And they're going to get this up to midfield.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. From midfield, here's Tua. He's got a man complete. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Tyreek Hill, 50 yards.
And the Dolphins have got it back to within a score. Mike McDaniel, no hesitation on his end. He's telling his offense to go for 2. Tua going to try and throw for it.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Nasir Adderley. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick.
Here comes Nasir Adderley from his end zone. And not a good return here at all as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going.
The offense coming back out here. Plenty of energy, ready to roll, looking to just add to what they have been doing after scoring a touchdown, Charles, their last time out.
And that's a great feeling to have on the sideline, partner, knowing you just won the battle against the opposing defense. And since they came off the field, I'll guarantee you all they want to do is get back out there because they know they have the upper hand on that defense right now.
Herbert's throw taken in by Palmer.
And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. On 1st and 10, Herbert. And he's got him. Got his man on the end route. Complete. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47. Now a timeout called for by the offense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. Now Herbert off the bootleg. And now here's another interception. Picked up by Javon Holland. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his second interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent.
And he's into the clear. 20. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. Well, this offense only mustered 3 points in the first half on that field goal. They picked up the pace now. 2 third-quarter touchdowns.
Hey, you remember that appearance we had last week in front of that crowd, and they asked about halftime adjustments and all that was going on. And remember what I said? It's not always an adjustment at halftime. Sometimes just remembering the game plan and playing better, tuning it up, and just working through it methodically. They got it done in this case.
And of course, I'll always remember that appearance because I had on a brown belt with black shoes, and you pointed that out in front of the crowd. So thanks for that.
I said that out loud?
You did.
My bad.
Chargers take over first down again at their own 23-yard line.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he's out of bounds, but not before a big pickup that time on what's going to wind up being the final play of the third quarter. So it'll be a change of possession on the turnover when we get back. You're watching the NFL on EA.
Here we go.
So first and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. Tua going to run the sneak, and he'll get in. He's over for the touchdown. Tua Tagovailoa scoring on the sneak from a yard out. And the Dolphins get an important score there to extend their lead here in this fourth quarter. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And these guys will take a 10-point lead. Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. And that one bounces out of the back of the end zone, so we'll start the drive at the 25 on the touchback. The Charger drive about to get going. And the script really is flipped for them. The momentum on the other sideline, and now they have to try and battle back from a 2-score deficit. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off. We are about 10 miles or so southwest of downtown Los Angeles at SoFi Stadium in Inglewood. Today, we're set for a good AFC matchup between the Miami Dolphins and the Los Angeles Chargers. Just about time to rock as Toe gets ready to meet leather. And we are underway in Southern California. Pulls it in at the 13. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21.
Let's go now.
They'll start on the ground with Mostert. Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. Second down.
Not a huge carry there on first down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on second down.
From the 25 on second down, Tua, and it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, they certainly came out firing in this one, and while that one was incomplete, I can't imagine that'll be the last shot that they take in this game.
A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7. Here's Tua. Got a man complete to Cedric Wilson. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
On the ready.
On the handoff, this is Mostert. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Austin Johnson, the one who makes the stop defensively. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. And just not enough on the throw there. Down around his feet and incomplete. Well, you got a young quarterback. Maybe that's just an example of a growing pain for him.
I think you're right about that, because when the game starts to move fast and it moves quickly on him, a lot of times they fall back on what they know best, their arm. He's slinging it on this one. Had a wide open target, but didn't have the proper footwork to increase his accuracy.
The Dolphin passing game rolling here. They've got another first down. Back to the running game with Mostert. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right to the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. And the opening drive for the Dolphins yields 3. They were probably hoping to get him a little bit closer for a shorter field goal, but he was able to get it done from deep.
Nice little tester for him to begin things, huh? I think he was open for a little bit more of a chip shot. Instead, they made him stretch it out a little bit, but he's got to feel great now that he put it through the pipes.
Taking it about the 1. And he's going to get this across the 20 as he's out of bounds at the 23. Herbert and the Chargers now with a 1st and 10 at their own 23. They'll try and start this drive in the air. That's caught by his tight end, Gerald Everett. On the move past the 40. And they're going to move it down to inside the 25. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. Now it's Herbert. He'll get this out wide to Eckler. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Herbert operating from the red zone. Flush to his right. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. Mike Williams on the touchdown throw from Justin Herbert. And the Chargers are able to answer the early 3 points and take a first-quarter lead. Hopkins with the extra point, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. The kick unit on here for the Chargers as they will send this one away. A fairly short kick from the 14. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive.
Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get them 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience, how much fun is it for coaches to know that they've got a kicker who can nail it from long distance? Now the hard part is, as an offensive play caller, you don't want that in your head too much where you're relying on it, and he goes out and gets the job done for them.
On the double.
From the 31, Tua looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Hill. Tua to Tyreek for the Miami first. Tua sets up to pass it.
Getting this out to the flat, Mostert.
And a pretty little juke move there on a nice game.
I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss, and they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way.
We saw him shed a nice tackle on that play. A Miami first down, that one going for a gain of 11. Looking to pass. Tua. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by J.C. Jackson. And the Chargers are going to take over once again with a football at their own 20-yard line. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Here's Eckler to begin the drive. Try to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. It's Eckler again. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
Now right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains.
Going to throw on 3rd down with Herbert. That is caught. It's Williams. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Excellent play there on 3rd down. Give them 25 yards.
Off the play fake to Eckler, it's Herbert.
The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. Raekwon Davis in there to take him down on what will take us to the 2-minute warning. Throwing on 2nd and long.
Herbert got an open man. It's Josh Palmer.
And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line. Could be 4-down territory even if they don't get this, but they need just a few inches here on 3rd.
Got a man. It's complete. It's Palmer.
Well, the Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. On 1st down, Justin Herbert. On the screen, this is Eckler. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. The Chargers passing game rolling a bit here. They've got another first. Herbert setting up to throw on 1st down.
Able to hook up with Williams here on the out route.
And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. Throwing again on 2nd down. Herbert. He finds his receiver Williams for a Charger touchdown.
Mike Williams
with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And they're able to add on to their advantage. Extra point good by Hopkins. And that pushes the lead up to 11. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
Taken at the 15, a short kick.
And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted.
Picked by Kenneth Murray, and the Chargers are going to take possession of the football. After the turnover, here's Herbert. He'll get this to Eckler. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line. Now a second down and 6. Here's Herbert.
Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Xavier Howard.
And the Dolphins are going to take over at their own 30-yard line.
Well, he's certainly not been afraid to take some chances downfield. Now, look, it's paid off for him a couple of times. That time, not so fortunate.
And that's where I want to start, what you said. It's paid off a couple of times. So his aggressiveness has been good for his offense for the most part. So he throws an interception there. No one likes that, but I would not rein him back in. The return on investment thus far has been pretty good. 2 touchdowns to 1 interception.
A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
That's swung out to Mostert. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Dolphin first down.
But they certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the first half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball possibly in the open field. And I think in the second half, that may loosen up the defense a little bit to get the running game going back inside.
The Dolphins going to take their second timeout as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. Tua setting up shop to throw again. Steps away to his left. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Trying to get away, but could not. They get to him for a loss of 4. And it brings up third down on the sack. Tua going to throw. That's caught by his big tight end, Mike Gesicki. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 44-yard line.
And that's well executed there on third down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. It's Hill, complete. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it'll be second down. So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. The kick by Sanders is good. And a second field goal here cuts their deficit to 14-6 now. Well, still some climbing left to do to get back to even, but forcing a turnover and getting the field goal there, that's a small step toward erasing the early deficit.
Absolutely. That interception field goal, that's the beginning of what they hope will be several steps towards erasing that deficit and building a lead of their own by the time this game is over.
So still time for the kickoff here. 1 second to go in the half as this one is away. Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. So the Chargers will start the second half with the lead and the football as we're underway in the third quarter. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Charger drive about to get going. This offense set to begin the third quarter, and Charles, if they had a checklist of things they wanted to accomplish in the first half, certainly at the top of that list would be having the lead, and they've got that here.
That's always the most important box to check, isn't it? But also, they've had some success in their passing game, so probably an empty box establishing the run. They're on pace for fewer than 100 yards in this one, so now they want to make sure that they get that going so they truly have a control in this ball game, and down the stretch, being able to be balanced, either throw it or run it, and try and win this ball game.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Back to throw here, Herbert. That's going to be caught. It's Palmer. And he'll have it past midfield, almost to the 40, before being taken down. On 1st and 10, Herbert. He'll find Everett there, complete. His second catch, this one not quite as dynamic as his first, and it's 2nd down. Herbert will give this one to Eckler. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. On 3rd down, here's Eckler. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. They give him 7 yards on the play, and they do pick up the conversion on 3rd down. Running on 1st down, Eckler. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. 3rd quarter now from SoFi Stadium. Here's a 2nd and 10. This is a counter play, Eckler. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. Justin Herbert looking to pass. That's caught right side by Palmer. Oh, able to avoid him. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. Trying to pound it in here with Michel. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal.
It's a gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and goal. The 6-yard line.
Herbert. Quick hitter here, it's complete. That time the completion goes for 4 yards, and we're set up with a 3rd and goal.
4 yards on the pickup. It's now 3rd and goal.
Now Herbert with it, looking to pass.
He'll drop this one off to Eckler.
So he stopped for no gain. And that will bring up an interesting decision here on 4th and goal. They snap it to Herbert. And a quick throw here, that's complete. Touchdown! Down Pearl. A 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Chargers take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Hopkins with the extra point, and the lead is up to 15 now. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. A fairly short kick from the 14. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Tua being chased out left. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. Throwing is Tagovailoa on 3rd down here.
That's complete to Mostert out of the backfield. He's going to have the 1st down and more than that.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. 3 quarters in the books. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Two and a throw again. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by Nasir Adderley. And the Chargers are going to take possession of the football. So they get the interception and almost as importantly, a big return after that.
And who's the guy that saved the touchdown, partner? The guy who threw the interception. A lot of times, he just gives it the old way, but give him credit. He went old school. He was determined not to miss.
And Williams is in. Touchdown, Chargers. A 5-yard touchdown run. And the Chargers have pretty well put it away here in the fourth quarter. Extra point good by Hopkins. And the lead opens up now to 22 points. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Pulls it in at the 13. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break. And you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway.
And the pressure gets there, and Tua is going to be taken down. So now after the sack, Tua and the Dolphins staring at a third and long. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. Ball had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Now they go for it on fourth, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. The Dolphins can't convert on fourth down, and the Chargers will get the football back in excellent field position. They'll run out of the gun with Eckler. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line, and I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. The Chargers on third down. They've been near perfect, 4 for 5 to this point. This time they face a 3rd and 2. It's Williams on the catch. And the Chargers are going to have 1st and goal coming up as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 2. Eckler now between the tackles. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. Austin Eckler taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Chargers up the lead to 4 scores now here in this fourth quarter. Hopkins with the extra point, and that'll push the lead up to 29 now. The kick unit on here for the Chargers as they will send this one away. Pulls it in at the 13. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive.
Charles, we know that this offense is aggressive. We saw that last drive. They went for it on fourth down, didn't get it. Then they give up the touchdown. So now you feel like they really need to respond here.
They certainly do, but let's face it. Sometimes when you take that risk, You understand if you fail, a little more onus goes back on your ball club to try and pick themselves back up.
Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play, backwards a yard. Seems pretty obvious defensively. A key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back. Those are the ones you focus on and want to take away. And they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
Good open field tackling there. A 50-yard punt followed by just a 1-yard return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Charger drive about to get going. Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard. But they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Eric Rowe. And the Dolphins are going to take possession of the football. A run with Mostert up the middle. And little room to maneuver there. He gets it down to about the 39. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Now two are going to try and sneak it. Chargers going to use their 3rd and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Oh, they'll try and sneak this. And he'll only get this to about the 35, well short of the line to gain.
Hey, give him credit. That's a good, solid gain there in the sneak because it all comes together. Enough space, get forward, gain yardage. Well done.
Oh, wait, hold everything. A timeout has been called. Seemingly silly with 1 second remaining in this game. So 4th down, 2 departs, and on is Jason Sanders and the Dolphin field goal unit. Will be spotted on the right hash, a 52-yard attempt. And the kick here is good, so add 3 to the total. But they're still coming up well short, and that is how this one comes to an end. Well, this was a really nice display, Charles, of complimentary football.